Hey, you made it to Unlucky episode number 13. If you'd like, head over to talktroopers.com, and if you'd like to leave us a message or say our intro, do an outro, even maybe drop a comment for your own podcast or anything, let us know. Or even if you don't, you just want to tell us something, good or bad, let us know. But otherwise, enjoy the show. There we go. So at the end of our last episode, we were talking about loony Biden walking around. I just wanted to say, so he is, so if this all goes to Supreme Court, the whole retrial and stuff, how do you think that's going to go with Hill, Kavanaugh, and who's the new judge, the female one that...
Well, the one they couldn't find anything wrong with, but they still had to go against her.
Well, she adopted 2 black children, which made her racist.
Racist.
Yeah, because that's what they always throw at you.
When they got nothing else, that's what they take out of the holster.
Yeah.
You can't recoil from that anymore because it's the last ditch effort they have.
Well, Biden's on film tearing Hill. That is Hill, right? Yeah, that's Hill. Yeah, tearing him a new a-hole about. I don't even know. I gotta look it up. I don't remember what about. I just know he tore him a new one. Like, it was pretty ruthless. And now he might be... Now, I have a feeling that those 3 judges would actually do their job and not use biases. They have good character from what... Because I did actually watch their hearings. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't want to go against them after I just ran all of them through the rudder as a party. I mean, I know Biden didn't run Kavanaugh on the new one through the ground, but I mean, Kavanaugh, Jesus, the crap they accused him for.
That was a circus. That was a fucking circus.
And people still believe it happened. That blows my mind. They proved every single witness lying.
You know how you know it didn't happen? Because she's not still talking about it.
No, she made $1 million off it. She'll get a book deal out of it. So she wants. She had 2 GoFundMes that made over $1 million.
I'd still be out there screaming, "This is a miscarriage of justice." I mean, she's not said a word since it ended.
My book would already be out, and I'd already be doing the movie to bring attention to it, and
no kidding,
and to make money, of course. But yeah, it's
You know what's funny about that? That whole Believe Women and that Me Too thing started with that and Harvey.
Yeah.
But when this Harvey, by the way, who's a deep left winger, and then when this Tara Reid came out against Joe Biden, well, you can't believe her. She's a liar. Wait, I thought we were believing all women.
Yeah, how quick did that turn? Like, that was
on a dime.
That's insane. It's almost like we should all have a. Well, I'm going to sound so conservative. Well, as they would say, right wing, saying all this stuff, but I mean, it's almost like we should all have like some left-wing nut on the street corner of every block so that if we feel like making a decision on something, we can go check in to see if the person we want to make the decision against is okay. Because there's obviously 2 standards.
And they control both of them.
But that's the exact thing. That's the exact dumpster fire that I want to see what happens. So if Biden does win, and there's people probably listening. Well, actually, this is like the 4th one we did tonight, so maybe we'll all be finished by then. But if Biden gets in, then that's they're going to turn on themselves. I really think it's going to be a dumpster fire for all fires.
You can see it already starting.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. And I guess I could look it up, but like, he's already appointing people, and I think that's normal, actually, calling to appoint people, whether you don't know what the results are or not. I don't think that's abnormal.
Well, I mean, this is ridiculous.
But
this is why that mail-in shit should have been long counted already.
Well, that's another thing I don't understand. Absentee ballot. Why did they do a mail-in? Why didn't they just have them do an absentee ballot? I mean, there's actually some standards behind that.
This was done for exactly the reason that it happened.
Oh, no, I don't get me wrong. That was a rhetorical question. Yeah, but it...
This is exactly the reason that the mail-in stuff was done, so that at the end of election night, they'd know what they needed to push them across. And sure enough, here we are.
Yeah. God, is that
otherwise, there was no reason for that not to have a cutoff a week before the election, so it could all be counted and ready to go.
Well, it's I don't get who the person is. How do you not find all those votes at one time going to one party while the other party didn't get a single one after you said you're going to stop counting for the night? That just cries something's up. In fact, even if
And some
nothing is up, you should have waited till you reopened the next day to do it knowing it was going to cause a stir.
and some of the swings, I mean, there was like 60,000 vote swings. You can't
Yeah.
tell me that there wasn't one vote the other way. I mean, that is just ridiculous. That is a giant swing.
And then for one party not to allow another party to be witness,
Well,
that's campaign
they were
fraud right
allowed
there.
in. They were allowed in. They just had to stand 80 feet away behind dumpsters.
Yeah. Yeah, that and the poll workers that were wearing Biden clothing and Biden masks.
Mm.
You can't wear that stuff on polling grounds.
Well, the rules are different now.
Well, see, that's why you need the person on the street corner. You got to go ask him, is it okay if I wear this shirt?
And then the people,
No.
the people are like, why is it such a big deal? Let's just switch it a bit. Let's say this was reversed, the exact same situation, but it was Trump's team doing this, and you were Biden's team. Your hair would be on fire. You'd be screaming from the rooftops.
Oh my God, it would be so bad. And the thing is that's how I think about it. I'm like, well, what would the other side do if it was that way?
They'd be losing. They'd be losing their minds if this was still going on and it was reversed. They'd be losing their minds.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, they did lose their minds 4 years ago.
Yep, and we've been
Russia,
dealing with that fallout for 4 years.
the
But now we're
well,
supposed to become united. Now you got to accept the outcome and become united.
some of the shit they made up was so bad too that they couldn't even keep it up. Like Trump pissing on a hooker in a Russian bed or something like that. Like it was so far in left field. Oh, I'm sorry, right field. That it actually maybe it'd still be left field. That like they couldn't even keep up with that story. They're like they just make this crap up. Or oh my God, the one I really like. Oh, he only paid $700 some in taxes. All right, that's not remotely true at all. One, his taxes haven't been released. Two, if you actually got his taxes and you released them, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. And three, he didn't pay that. That's either a fee of some sort or because he's paying quarterly to begin with.
Well, see, that's the half-truths. They only release the information that makes them look bad or makes their person look good. It's all about editing.
Yeah, well, and when it comes to taxes, if you're just giving out one single number for, I think they were claiming state. I don't think they were claiming it was for both, but still, you gave out one number. All right, is that for the year? Is that for first, second, third, fourth quarter? Is that just what he paid in taxes? Does that have anything to do with his filings? I mean, give me
Yeah,
more information.
yeah. Well, no, because they throw that number. It's supposed to be good enough for you.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that number would be good enough for me if you gave me more information.
Well, you're not supposed to need more information. You're supposed to trust them.
Yeah, that's a problem. Too many people do trust him. It's yeah, that's crazy out of hand. It's Psycho's still on my screen. Hey, it's a different episode. Psycho's the first movie to ever have a flushing toilet in it.
American.
American film. I don't think it's the first American film I don't think America's the first film. I think America is the first film to have it. But according to this website, it means Americans were the repressed ones, not the world. Because we're the worst people on the face of the earth.
Because every movie in France had a flushing toilet. Every single one.
That's true. It started black screen, fade into black with some white words saying El Toilette. And then it fades out to a black and white.
La toilet? I'm not sure.
Is it R L? I can't spell very well. And then it fades into a black and white video of a turd being flushed down a toilet. And then it fades to, what is it, Finn?
Finn. Yep.
Finn. And that was the end of it.
Yep. And some film student right now is like, that's the best movie I've ever seen.
That'll come out. That'll be out. I might have to film it, but
If you didn't like that movie, you don't know film.
that was a great piece, commentary on today's social life. And
Don't you understand that's how man feels in this world? You're just in the toilet, man. You're waiting for somebody to flush it. And you better hope that you can grab that side.
Oh God, I've seen my
But then
toilet.
there's always some piece of shit that'll come by and knock you down.
Yeah. Oh my God. If I wasn't so scared about plugging my toilet, I'd throw some candy bars in there and film it. I mean, I would do a legit one, but even for me, that's a little out there.
Next time you're in a hotel,
That's true. I gotta get Kuiper over. He'd
oh
do
my
it.
God, he would destroy your plumbing.
That's true. The candy bars would be safer. Yeah.
If he's even still around, I don't know.
You know, now that I'm not on Facebook, I haven't seen him in a long time. I mean, they post like their daughter and stuff on there, so I know he's still alive.
See, that's the thing about people with kids.
You do
People
know
with
I'm going
wives
to
and
rebut
kids.
everything you say right now.
I'm waiting for him. I was gonna say because the thing about people with wives and kids, that's all they post, and then you're like, ugh,
I post a lot of video game stuff.
great, I'm a single loser. Let me look at all these people's happy lives. I'll never have that. I'll never have that. I'll never have that. Oh wait, Rich bought a video game. I could have that.
Yeah. See, if it wasn't for my kids, and that's right, bastards, if you're listening, I would have a lot more video games.
You wouldn't have a wife, but you'd have a lot more video games.
That's true. That's true. But who needs that when you got video games? I
Probably we should edit this part out. We're not live, are we?
Well, we're not live. I'm still gonna leave it in there. And you don't listen to my crap, do you?
Of course
Leave a
not.
comment if you do.
Oh, she'll leave a comment. You'll have those right
Yeah.
across your face.
Yeah, hit like if you did. Um, I'd have an Xbox Series X right now. No, I wouldn't. I'd be broke. I'd be broke one way or another. I'd probably be more broke because Angie keeps me in check a little bit. Because I'd have to think twice before buying something. Normally I just think once, but then I'm like, is Angie going to kill me?
I can't wait for that text on Saturday afternoon. I found an Xbox.
I wouldn't even be leaving the house on Saturday. See, that's one nice thing about all the homework. I don't ever go anywhere. God, I would love to get one. I would literally, the first game I'd put in it would be Evil Dead Regenerations from the Xbox original. I would love to see how that looks in there. Watch, it's one of the few games that is not backwards compatible.
Does not read.
Yeah. There's no licensing for music in there, though, that I can think of. Might be because I always turn the music off. A lot of games I turn the music off and I put the sound effects up higher. I hate popping a game in and the music overrides the sound effects.
Video game music, especially modern music, is pretty crappy.
Yeah, it's I mean, even if it's good music though, I don't mind it being in there. I just, for some reason, some games, they're just overpowered. And I'm like, well, I want to hear what's going on. Especially, well, thank God there's no music. I mean, there's a little bit of music in the sniper game I'm playing, but it's like in between cutscenes and stuff like that. Otherwise, there's no music. And it's good too, because I mean, there's times where you're hiding in the brush and stuff and you're listening for people walking and talking and stuff. They do have one feature that makes it easier, and I could get a special award for not doing it, but I do it. You have binoculars, and you can tag people with it as long as you can keep the cursor from binoculars on them long enough. That way, when you're not zoomed in on them, you can still see out there. There's a little circle above them that's floating around and stuff. And that can come in handy. The only thing that sucks is when you think you tagged everyone in the village and you decide, I don't care how much noise I'm going to make, let's throw some grenades. And you see them coming and you don't realize there's 3 people behind you and they take you out. Nice thing is, though, is you can restart as many times as you want and they don't send you back too far. It is saving quite often. Except for one board, I actually ended up restarting that mission because they saved me at a point where I'm like, I'm screwed. I've got the low ground. I'm like, I'm Anakin, but I'm surrounded by Obi-Wans. It was not good. Yeah, it was, no matter what I did, I'd like jump over a wall and crouch down. It didn't matter. There was people up on the hill shooting down at me. It was my fault. I blew up a gun turret while throwing grenades at people and then taking out my 6-round Magnum hand pistol that makes a big noise and just started popping people with it. I don't know what it is. I like the handgun in that game. But
How much of a sniper are you?
I wasn't at that moment. The second time I played it, I'm like, yeah, let's take everybody out from a distance. So I used my suppressed ammo because I started out with a little bit of suppressed ammo, and I burnt that all up. And I'm like, oh, I guess we're not going too stealthy anymore. The trick is you can usually fire off, as long as there's no one too close to you, you can fire off one round with your sniper gun. As long as you don't shoot too soon afterwards, you can probably get another one away, but you do three. And then on the map, there's a triangle spinning above you. And that's saying that you've been found and they know where you're at. So if you can run from there without being seen too well, you'll see a ghost of yourself, a red ghost of yourself, which is transparent. And it's kind of cool because that's the last place they think you're at. So one of the things like I learned to do if there's a lot of people coming in is before running, put a trip mine down if I have one and then run away because they're going to go check that brush to see if I'm in there. And I had one the other day, well, actually today, while I was waiting for my updates to go through on my computer, I fired it up real quick and I had one where they hit a trip line coming into a building. And I always put the trip line so the bomb's in further so they get in. I got three of them. One of them somehow made it past. The second one tripped it. And then the third one was right behind him. And I got a triple kill. It was awesome. I've never had one of those before. But, yeah, it's a good game. I highly
Look at you
suggest it.
employing strategy.
What's that?
Look at you employing strategy.
Yeah.
What system is that game on?
I think it's on a bunch of systems. I'm playing it on Stadia. You just wanted me to say Stadia. It's I didn't have my wallet open. I wish they paid me every time I said their name. That'd be awesome. I'm one of the few people that I'm aware of. I mean, there's a few out there, but I'm one of the few people that are vocal about liking them.
I see a lot of negative videos about them.
Yeah, but most of those people are saying crap that aren't even true. Like, oh, the connection's horrible. That's your internet. Don't blame Google for that crap. Google can be blamed for so many things. Don't blame them for that. If your internet sucks, yeah, your experience is going to suck. You're literally downloading the whole thing constantly. You're streaming it. And it's not like YouTube where YouTube buffers. You know, it's like if you're watching YouTube and it starts buffering on you, you have bad internet because what's happening is it's downloaded further than you've watched. That way, if you have little drops in your internet and stuff, it doesn't buffer on you. So if it's buffering, you've had some pretty big drops or it's just shit internet. But when you're playing Stadia, it's live. Yeah, it's like us talking right now over the internet. That's live. There's no buffering. It's got to work right now. And but I mean, I have good enough service. It's working. I do it in 4K. I can't build a rig that could do 4K. In fact, I would buy the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. Xbox probably first, but I'd buy one of those before building a rig because of what that would cost. But yeah, it works good. I like it. It wasn't always that way either. It did suck at first, but the more I watch these people's videos that just knock it down all the time, if you listen to some of the things they say and you've had it since day one like I have, you start realizing they haven't actually touched the system in 6 months. They don't know what they're talking about. And if they have, it's because it's their service. It's not Google. And then you'll have
your spicy pound buttons video.
Yeah, I get a little irritated sometimes and put a video up. Yeah. I think pound button is going to be a once a week video thing now. Maybe once a month, we'll see. I have thought of doing less of them and doing a better quality instead of kicking them out as fast as I do. But sometimes I like the guerrilla style, I guess. Not really, but yeah, nobody watches them, so.
Yeah, what does it matter?
No one's going to even know I didn't post one. There's like one person on there. I did have a video once talking about maybe not doing it anymore a couple months ago. And the one person I do know that watches my videos all the time, he did say, do what you got to do. But I enjoy your videos. I'm like, dang it. All right, I'll keep doing them.
Jeez, for the one person?
For my one person. My wife doesn't even say good job. She's like, oh, you got to do another one of those.
Yeah, I got excited when one of our videos had, 4 views and 2 of them were in us.
Yeah. I haven't even looked anymore. I've been trying not to look.
I always like them and watch them when they come on YouTube.
Yeah, I do too. In fact, I've left it on before while in a meeting and people are like, what's going on there? I hear we're echo. I go, no, you don't. I'm not saying the same words, am I? I'm such a dick sometimes.
And those are weekdays.
Hey, we have an audience of 12 people. 144 total plays.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's all of them, though. Those rookie numbers, we got to get those up.
That's those are good numbers for me.
That's true.
144 people have seen me and gone like, at least I'm not that guy.
So you're a motivational speaker is what you're saying.
I am. That's what I am. Yes.
That's awesome. My God. I keep looking at myself in the video, and I'm like, how lucky are the podcast listeners over the YouTube watchers?
No kidding. At least podcasts don't have to see this mess.
I noticed from this angle, too,
They don't know how lucky they are.
I got a weird scar that goes right across my... Like, I'm starting to wonder if someone cut me when I was younger. It goes... See
You had your throat slit and you didn't remember it?
If I can catch the light right through there. It's just the weird lighting. My fat chin.
My fat chins beat your fat chin.
Yeah. And, you know, the double chin's why I grew the goatee originally. And then I just got lazy and it kept getting longer and longer. I just shaved it off the other day again, and then I regretted that instantly.
One day I'll just be a shapeless mass.
Yeah, but think of how easy it'll be to get around. I mean, downhill.
Yeah, going uphill, fuck it. I'll do that now.
I
take a bus.
I like the guy who's on the skateboard with a backpack gas-powered weed blower, and he's holding an umbrella in front of him, and he's blowing it into the umbrella, and he's just going down the street. I'm like, that's genius. That's awesome. I wonder if you can get DWI on one of those.
Remember coming home from the Packer game that night to the hotel? And that guy in that motor scooter almost crushed the cop car.
Oh, my God.
Ran into it.
We almost hit us.
Well, because we were going, 4 miles an hour looking back at this guy. Because we caught him at the intersection there.
Yeah, it was all construction. My favorite... Oh, go ahead.
The cop had pulled somebody over there, and we were going past the cop at like 2 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Because you were driving, you were looking back like, look at this guy on this motor scooter.
I think he hit the side of the cop car. I think he actually...
He might have.
It. Oh, my God.
The cop, what are they looking at? And the cop looked back and saw that guy.
That's right, because... There might have been two cops there. Was one driving and the other one already had the person pulled over? Another person pulled over?
They had already pulled over the one car. And there was one cop on each side, I think, of the car. And they watched us go by at like 2 miles an hour. All of us looking back. And then that's when they looked back and saw the guy in the scooter.
Yeah, because I remember driving really slow because I wanted to look at the scooter, but at the same time not hit the cop. You know, something that the scooter should have been trying not to do. My favorite part, though, is when we looked out the hotel window later and on the bridge where he got pulled over, you could see them towing the scooter and that stupid thing's dangling on a hook off the back of a tow truck.
But remember, we had seen that guy at the grocery store before the game.
That's right. Pick and Save up on Mason back when it was still a grocery store, right next to Toys R Us. Yeah.
Yep, we had seen him there because remember the scooter. Yeah, because we had seen that scooter there parked outside.
That's right. That guy, and he was drinking then.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah, that guy had a good day. Bad ending, but a good day. Oh, my God. And we saw him towards Lambeau. He was driving down Lambeau when we went to go to the game. Yeah, he was fired up all day long. That's right. Oh, my God, that's hilarious. I forgot all about that. God, that was awesome. Oh, stupid bastard.
But fun for us.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm visualizing right now that little red scooter just dangling off the hook of that tow truck. I'm like, really? I mean, I'm sure they strapped it down so it wouldn't swing around, but it was just funny seeing it there. Oh man, that was a good hotel. I liked that hotel.
It was a ratty dump, but it was our ratty dump.
Yeah, 2 TVs in it, multiple rooms.
Yes, we always got that nice corner room up there. It was just...
Yeah, they knew us by name. I always liked walking in there and knowing us. And then
we went up there. We drove up there in that Avenger in that snowstorm.
Yeah.
We sat in the hotel room that whole weekend. Well, not the whole weekend because we went out drinking, but because it snowed that whole weekend.
I remember. Yeah, we were doing like I don't know if you remember. There was cars in the ditch. We saw a cop car in the ditch. Even we were doing like 80, and it didn't feel like then. That Avenger handled beautifully.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that's right. Because I sold my car because they got that new van, but then they screwed up with the van and had to find me a different van, and I didn't have a car, so the dealership gave me that Avenger. That thing was awesome, and I own Avenger now, which tires that could never handle like that.
Yeah, we did all our walking to the bars, and then that car stayed there the whole weekend, and it just snowed the entire
Yeah,
time. It never stopped
that's right.
until we
Because
were driving back, and then it stopped.
we bought we got the hotel in thought that we might get playoff tickets, but we didn't, so we
Yep,
kept the
we
hotel
just went up
anyways.
there.
That's right. Yeah, and it snow. I remember that snowed the whole damn time. It and then Sunday was just creepily just nobody up there. It was so weird. Like every Sunday, you'd always see like one person just homelessly walking around. It
Yep. Yeah, that was. Whew.
Yeah, I like downtown Green Bay. It's I miss Brewbakers, obviously.
Yeah, that was yeah, obviously yes for
Yeah,
many reasons.
yeah. Stirrups.
Two main reasons.
Yeah, two. Yeah,
Stirrups is fun to a point.
it's a good.
Then you got to get out of there.
Yeah, it's a good check-in bar. Just see how things are going, and then Ned Kelly's can be fun. Last time we were in there, though, they used so much stain redoing all the wood in there and stuff. It stunk so bad.
And it looked like one of those old timey libraries. Like I don't even want to drink in here.
Yeah, I liked it better when it was a little more Irishy, I guess. But still, I mean, that bar still was good. My God, that might be about. I mean, I really only need one bar, but I like the Irish bar down
Oh,
about
Molly's.
a block or two down, Molly's. Yeah, that's a good bar. And actually, kitty corner from there, the Fox Run or Fox Point bar, whatever. I actually don't hate that bar. That bar is actually kind of a cool bar. I like the big outdoor area.
Yeah, that one was
Um,
nice.
so there's a few bars. Yeah, like I said, I only need one bar.
Well, we camped out at Brewbaker's that one night.
Well, yeah, that was a cheap
Those are
with a
the
good
reasons.
view.
That was also the time that I think one of the only few times you almost slapped me in the face at Brewbaker's. I think it was a different time.
It was that same time.
Was that the same time where were you?
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that was a different time. That was a different time. Yep,
I was
yep.
gonna say that was not the same time because we were at
That's
the other end of the
right.
bar that one.
I was
And
barely standing. I was so lit, but I was doing my best to keep those two douchebags busy while you were talking. Oh my God, I was doing a phenomenal. I shouldn't say I was doing my best. I was doing an amazing job keeping those two busy while you were talking. I
yeah, I
couldn't.
don't. I needed a little push. If you would have just given me one nudge.
That was your second time screwing up that weekend. No, that was your first time screwing up that weekend.
It was
You
the
screwed
first
up the
time
next day.
that weekend.
That's right.
Hey,
That was
hey,
that
hey,
was.
Even you admit at the Brewer game that you thought she was with that guy.
I did. Yeah, until they separated, and then I realized how much she
And then
was
it was too
talking
late.
to you. Yeah. Yeah, that was the chocolate milk incident or warm milk incident where.
Yes, the free milk outside Miller Park, a 95-degree day.
Yeah, that's a perfect metaphor for nothing's truly free. Oh my God. Never thought I was going to puke so bad in my life. God,
Yep,
that was
the
rough.
bartender chick until afterwards, I didn't realize what was happening there.
Yeah, because her coworker was pissed. She was talking to you so much.
And for
Yeah.
anybody watching, I'm not the ghoul I was now. I was skinny back then.
You're the same as you were back then.
No, that was when I was still skinny, wasn't it?
No, you were in security at that time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I remember the picture of you on the security wall from when you were in shoes.
Yeah, I know Peter found that.
Oh my God, good times. As usual, thank you for making it this far. Once again, stop over at talktroopers.com and you know what? Give us an opinion on the site. Trying to keep it clean, mobile friendly. I did put one ad on there. Anything can help. Otherwise, have a good one. Thanks for listening.